Hi ladies, today is Wednesday, January 8th, 2020, 26 weeks postpartum, but more importantly, exactly 6 months. Today is Michaela's half birthday. She is 6 months today. I can't believe it. I can't believe how quickly time has passed. If you've gone through this journey with me, I'm sure you probably feel the same way because I have documented so much of it and will continue to do so. But it has gone by from the IVF to the having a baby, newborn. I'm going crazy out my mind to having a 6-month-old. I'm sure one day soon I'll be doing a video where I'm talking about it's her first birthday. Like, it's just like, that'll be tomorrow. It's crazy because it has just flown by so quickly, and I can't believe it. I'm saddened in a lot of ways, but I also am happy that she's growing and becoming such a wonderful independent, well, not independent, she's 6 months, right? But becoming such a more of a person and having like so much personality, just bursting with personality. She can sit unassisted now. She can communicate. She can't talk, and we haven't done baby sign language. Something I was interested in, but I don't know if I'm actually going to do. But she can communicate, with different sounds to kind of indicate what she wants. Usually it's something she's not supposed to have that she wants, but at least she could communicate it, so that's great. And she's just growing so much, and even though she's not huge, she's only around 15 pounds. I'll get her exact weight tomorrow because tomorrow we have her 6-month well visit. So she'll get her 6-month vaccinations and everything. And she's only, like I said, around 15 pounds, but she's just developing mentally leaps and bounds, trying to crawl. Like I said, she already sits up by herself. She's just, I can see the development happening, and it's so amazing. And I'm so sad to be going back to work, and I'm going to miss that day to day watching her figure life out. I know I'll still be around, but not in the same way that I am now, where I'm 24/7, which has been exhausting and rewarding, but very exhausting more, I think. And I have started her nanny. So this is about transitioning back into work. I'm going to go back, I believe, the first week of February, towards that Friday. I think it's like February 7th. I think that's when I'm going to go back. I don't have to be back by then. I don't have to be back until the end of February. But I'm thinking about going back then, just going back a couple of weeks early. And really because I'm thinking about taking Fridays off for a little while. And if I do that, I might just go back a few weeks early. Not many weeks. Like I said, I have to be back by the end of February anyway. So I'm talking about going back at the beginning. So like 2 to 3 weeks early. I might push it back. We'll see. I haven't given my job a date yet. So we don't know. And I'm not going to give them a date until I feel comfortable that Michaela is okay and I won't have a nervous meltdown, even though there's no guarantee I won't have a nervous meltdown. So right now, as I talk to you, the nanny is here. I started her yesterday. And it was okay. But, Michaela everyone's baby is different. Michaela doesn't go to strangers easily, which is why I started the nanny about a month before I'm going back to work. Michaela doesn't go to strangers easily, and I needed there to be this transition time. She's only coming for a few hours a day right now, not every day of the week right now. So I needed there to be this time where I can slowly get her into being used to having someone else take care of her, be around her. And I'm just trying to deal with that. It's hard. It's hard to have somebody else. I mean, if you have somebody else always taking care of your baby, maybe I haven't had that at all. So it's really hard for me to deal with it. And yesterday, Michaela let her pick her up and didn't cry. And I was shocked because she cries. Usually, I was shocked and happy, right? Because you don't. I want this to work out for her, be easy for her. But then when she gave her a bottle, I knew she'd be okay with her giving the bottle. But then when Michaela got sleepy and it was nap time, she didn't let her put her down without a lot of crying. Like she cried for a while, probably like 2 hours, and I'm upstairs and I have my I've turned my downstairs den area into like a play daycare area, like where I have a lot of her toys, and it's carpeted. It was already carpeted, but I have a lot of her toys, and I'm going to, I'm in the process of making sure it's really well baby proofed, and all pretty much everything she needs for the most part is down there. Her pack and play has been moved down there. So she has a lot of what she needs in that area. And of course, the woman still has to come upstairs to do the bottles, but she has a lot of what she needs in that area. And I'm here because I'm going to be here because I'm not comfortable leaving the house yet. I didn't even think I'd be comfortable leaving them alone yesterday, but I pushed myself to leave them alone while I basically just sat there and listened to her cry and the woman attempt to console her because I know she has to get used to her. So, man, it's really hard for me. And I know this isn't about me. Well, it is. It's my video, so I guess it is about me. But it's very hard for me. And, to listen to her cry. So today is the same thing. The woman's coming from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'll have her come on Friday, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow we have, as I said, the doctor's appointment. She didn't come on Monday, so that would be 3 days this week that she would be here. And then maybe we'll do 4 days next week. But it's hard. It is hard listening to her cry and knowing that I could just go down there and kind of fix it. So yesterday when she tried to put her down, Michaela cried and cried and cried, and she finally did get Michaela down, but I think that was also because Michaela cried herself out. I went down there and Michaela, it was a little bit before the nanny was going to leave, and she slept for about 20 minutes, and then she woke up, and I watched her wake up, and she woke up, and she was like, yeah, crying and stuff, and I was just like, oh, my baby. She was crying because she went to sleep crying, and then she just woke up like after 20 minutes just crying, and I scooped her up, and she just started smiling, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is like the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And I've taken 2 bars in 2 different states and went to law school, and I don't think I've ever done anything that was this hard emotionally. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've had some things, don't get me wrong, life hasn't been perfect, but this is different. This is my baby. Nothing will hit you the same way. So, so far, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I think I can honestly say that. And I feel powerless because I have to go back to work and I don't want to. I thought about quitting my job, but it's a temporary fix because I don't plan to be a stay-at-home mom forever. And then when I want to go back to work, I have to find a new job. And the jobs for me aren't super easy to come by. So for what I do, specifically the type of law that I practice. So it may take a little while. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. So I'm here now. They're downstairs. It's like, what time is it? It's 12:45. So she has another hour and 15 minutes here. I was going down there periodically yesterday, but then today I don't know what to do because when I go down there, Michaela will cry for me, so I don't want to go down there. But then I don't want to not go down there. I do have a camera down there. I'm trying not to watch it, and I know that's silly, because I'll just be sitting there watching the entire time, and I kind of want to watch it, but I kind of don't want to sit here and hear the crying, because it'll make me want to call it all off and say, screw this job, I'm not coming back. I don't know. But so, yeah, I mean, so that's where we're at. I'm just transitioning, and I'm just, going through this process. I didn't, months ago when I first had Michaela, and it was so hard taking care of a newborn, I was so ready to go back to work. I don't know if I said that in one of the videos, the early videos, but listen, baby was like 3 weeks old, and mommy was like, please, can I go back to work? It was too hard. I remember, because I wasn't 6 weeks yet, because I hadn't gotten clearance at my 6-week checkup, or whatever the appointment's called, because I remember saying to myself and out loud to my husband and my mom, I can't do this. As soon as they clear me, I get cleared at 6 weeks, I'm going back to work. So I know she was under 6 weeks, and it was so hard. And I don't even know why it was hard. I'd have to go back and watch some of those videos and think about what I said, because now as I think back, I'm like, why was it so hard back then? I remember thinking it was hard. I remember feeling that it was hard, but I don't remember why. Like, now I feel like I miss those days, so I can't remember why they were hard. Is that weird? I just remember. It's like the pregnancy and labor. You start to forget. I forget. I had a postpartum hemorrhage. I had a retained placenta. I had a horrible delivery. I had a failed epidural. I felt a lot. It was super painful. But I look back on it fondly now. It's weird. So weird. So yeah, like the newborn days, I remember wanting to run away, to leave the baby, leave everybody, leave everything. And yet now I'm sitting here talking about how much I miss them. I don't get it. I don't know. Is this hormonal? Is this a hormonal thing? I don't know. So Michaela's also going through leap 5, and leap 5 is happens around 26 weeks postpartum, or 26 weeks after birth. No, 26 weeks after your due date. Which kind of means she shouldn't be going through it yet, but I don't know. According to the Wonder Weeks, she started going through it during starting December 24th, so even before Christmas. This leap lasts for a while. This is the leap of relationships, which essentially means they start to learn the relationships of things to each other, like distance, or one thing being in another thing. Or this is why peekaboo becomes more interesting, because it's like, being hidden and then revealed. So those type of relationships of one thing to another thing. You might notice your baby cries more if you walk away from the baby, because you've gotten further away. So, the distance in the relationship of where your position is to the baby, because you've gotten further away. Michaela's been crying when I walked away and put her down for many months. So I don't know I don't know how accurate any of this is. I'm just telling you what the Wonder Weeks say about where she is. But I think she had recognized that mommy put me down and walked away way before now. And because she would cry harder, if I put her down and walk away, or if I walk near her but don't pick her up and then walk away, she'd cry harder. But that's ultimately what this leap is about, the relationships and distances and the details that come with that. I'm sitting here trying to occupy myself while someone else does this stuff for my baby downstairs. But anyway, so so one of the reasons I bring up that she's going through leap 5 is that this is supposed to be the time when they get more clingy. Not because it's a leap, but around this age, apparently they're supposed to become more aware of strangers and more clingy to their mother or parent or caregiver, because they realize you can leave. That's why the position of where you are to where they are. So when you walk away, they realize you can leave. So they tend to be more clingy to you at this point. It's actually recommended that you do not start childcare now, which is the total opposite of what I'm doing. I really feel I didn't have a choice. This period of this clinginess lasts. It wasn't, I could have started the nanny a month ago, but I wasn't ready to go back. And, so this period is supposed to last, 7-8 months. They're supposed to be very separation anxiety. So what am I supposed to do? It's just that this is around the time, this period of starting to learn more about mommy leaving and can leave, and you can't follow, because that's what it's supposed to be, that you have this caregiver that you're dependent on for your care of everything, and they can put you down, walk away, and you can't follow that person. So this is where the separation anxiety is supposed to come from. And I mean, I get it, and I don't want her to feel abandoned. That's what hurts me the most, I think, because it's like, does that mean she's going to feel like I left her? Does that mean she's going to feel like, where's my mommy? Why is my mommy not here? Is she leave me? Like, so that's what I'm dealing with. And maybe it's better to leave younger because they don't recognize any of that. I don't know. Maybe it'd be better if I quit and waited until she was a year old to find a job. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm doing the best I can for her. She's not in a daycare. Not that there's anything wrong with daycares if you find a good one. There's concerns with everything. Nannies have concerns also. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out and reduce my anxiety as much as I can. So I'm just trying to share, because like I said, so leap 5 in this is the beginning of this separation anxiety stage where they start to realize that mommy can leave or a caregiver can leave. And I rely on the caregiver for everything. So if this person leaves, then what happens with me? So I don't, that's the part that's so heartbreaking for me, I guess, because it's like, I love you, I'm going to be back, but she can't understand any of that. And that's why I'm like, man, I wish I could wait until she could understand it. I wish I could wait until I could explain to her, yes, she's going to work, but she'll be back. And she loves you, and you'll be okay. And just sit here and play for a little while, and I'll be back before you know it. I want to be able to say that to her, and I can say it, but I want her to be able to understand it. So anyway, ladies, so that's leap 5, and is like the worst time to start daycare, childcare, babysitting, or whatever. But it is what it is. And I'm just trying to do this transition. It's really hard. It's going to continue throughout the rest of this month and until I go back to work. And then I'll be transitioning, probably learning how to be at work. So I feel like it's just all over. This last month of maternity leave is really just, this is not me getting to enjoy the time with her. I knew December was going to be really my last month of time that I could enjoy with her. Uninterrupted, like on maternity leave. So yeah, I'm just trying. I'm sorry. I'm sad. But I just wanted to share. And since I had a little free time, I guess, I figured I'd do this video without her interrupting. Because the last video, she was all over everywhere. And so, all right, ladies. I don't know what else to say. If you've done this and it was hard for you, please feel free to share. I know everyone I talk to talks about how hard it was for them, but that it gets better. So, just hoping it gets better. I really wish I had some, like, family member that I could leave her with that I wouldn't have to worry about. Because then I wouldn't even have to do this transition so much. I mean, it's good to still transition so the baby's not just abruptly from being with mommy to being with someone else, regardless of who that person is. But it wouldn't be the same type of transition. But I don't, so. All right. I will talk to you ladies soon. And pray for me.